Greetings and welcome to the Astronomy Picture of the Day podcast. Today's picture for July 14th of 2025 is titled NGC 2685, the Helix Galaxy. So what do we see here? Well, this is a galaxy known as NGC 2685, and it is one of a rare type of galaxy known as a polar ring galaxy. Now, the typical types of galaxies we're used to seeing are spiral galaxies, which are collapsed into a disk and very flattened, and everything seems to orbit within that disk. We also see elliptical galaxies, which are just big blobs of stars. This is an unusual type that has a ring around it. So it's a disk galaxy, but it has stars and gas and dust orbiting perpendicular to that plane. And that is very unusual. It is not something that we normally see when we look at a spiral type galaxy. Normally, everything is combined to that flattened plane with very few exceptions. We don't see gas and dust far out of the plane as we see here. So what would cause something like this? And as when we find with most unusual galaxies, we expect that it is caused by another galaxy having been ripped apart. So if the galaxy captured some material from another galaxy that was torn apart that happened to be moving in this type of orbit, that then could tie this material in a very different way than we're used to seeing and give it that polar ring that we see here. Now, is that for sure? Of course, we don't completely understand these. We do see a lot of that when we see galaxies that have been distorted, and that's one of the things that we often think of when we see these. But it also seems that this helix structure is extremely stable and very old and it has been there for a very long time. And we would also expect that if this were due to material being captured, it would eventually merge into the original galaxy, that larger galaxy, and just become one galaxy. Now, are we seeing it in an earlier stage? But again, it seems like from studies show that it's very old and it's been there for a long time. So what we don't know for sure is if there's something going on in the dynamics of the galaxy here that allow it to hold this in a much more stable configuration than we would otherwise expect. So studying these rare types of galaxies, so it's not something that common, and studying those that we do find will help us to better understand this and hopefully give us a better understanding of how galaxies work as well. So that was our picture of the day for July 14th of 2025. It was titled NGC 2685, the Helix Galaxy. We'll be back again tomorrow for the next picture, previewed to be Collapse on Mars. So we'll see what that is about tomorrow. And until then, have a great day, everyone, and I will see you in class.